So there is one mistake that will make your pig farm very unprofitable. And what is that mistake? That is the mistake of going to invest money into good pigs of good genetics, and then you don't feed them well. I've had people who buy pure breeds, breeds, like these breeds are one of the best breeds you can get in the country. Then you buy them at a very high price because good breeds are expensive. Then you don't feed them well. When even if a pig is a good breed, has all the muscular genetics, has all the height, length you want in a pig, if that pig is not fed well, those genetics will not reflect. That is just the truth. If you bring up money to buy good breeds, like I always say, if you want to start your farm, make sure you start your farm with good. Make sure you start your farm with. Make sure you start your farm with good breeds, and then when you start the farm with good breeds, feed them well. That is that. You can't invest high high amount of money getting these highly genetical, or will I say highly fortified breeds, if I'll put it that way, and then you don't feed them well. For me, it makes no sense. So if you buy an animal that is purebred, that's even if it's not purebred, that is a good genetics, that has good genetics, the best you can do is to feed them well. Is to feed them well. Because the beauty of these animals can only come out when you feed them well. If you buy them and feel that okay, they have good genetics, if I don't feed them well, they'll still grow well. They won't. They won't. They'll still be as bad as those local animals, as those local pigs. The advantage of having these purebred animals or these animals of good genetics is you require less, or they require less to gain weight. There are some animals that before, there are some pigs that before they will gain weight 50 kg, if you are feeding them well, I mean, when you are feeding them perfectly, if you take them like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months before they get to 50 kg. For these purebred animals, if you bring out money and feed them well, now I'm not saying you gotta feed them in such a way that you won't be able to, recover your money if you start selling them, but to feed them in a good way where you can still be profitable once you begin to sell. These animals, if you feed them well, in 4 months, sorry, in 3 months of being fed well, in 3 months of being fed well, these animals should be clocking 50 kg. So that is the difference between you having these animals that are not of good genetics and having the ones of good genetics. They can easily be fattened. They can easily be fattened. So that is the advantage of having these purebred animals. So when you get them, as much as you are spending money trying to get them, also budget enough money to feed them. Because assuming you buy 10 or 20 purebred animals, bring out enough money to, if possible, stock their feed for 6 months. So that once they come to your farm, they will be eating. And you yourself, if you are feeding your animals well, you'll be happy coming to your farm. Because when you come to your farm, you look at your animals will look at you, you will smile, your animals will smile, even though you may not see it, but they will smile from the way they wag their tail. That is how you know that your pigs are happy, when they keep wagging their tails. So that is one of the benefits of having these purebred animals. So on our farm, we have the TN70, we have the large white, we have the Duroc, we have the Landrace, we have the Pietrins. So we have these uh, five breeds of animals: TN, large white, Landrace, Duroc, Pietrins. So we are always available to help you start with the right genetics, because all we have here are quality animals, which we are always happy to supply to a farm that wants to start on the right path. That is our goal. That is what we do. And that is what we also love to replicate in other farms. Having good genetics, we want to replicate our genetics in other people's farms. So, and don't forget, if you buy pigs from us, you are getting a 1 year free consultation from us, because we don't want to just sell you pigs. We want to sell you pigs and also help you raise those pigs well, even if not for anything, for just that 1 year, so that those our pigs can be able to give birth and multiply. So that's basically that.